In the ever-evolving landscape of modern music, where digital connections often feel fleeting and impersonal, moments of genuine human connection between artists can light up the world like a rare comet streaking across the night sky. Such is the case with the recent interaction between global pop sensation Taylor Swift and the burgeoning talent known simply as Sombr. At just 20 years old, Sombr has already carved out a niche for himself in the indie pop scene with his introspective lyrics and haunting melodies that resonate deeply with a generation grappling with identity, loss, and fleeting romances. Songs like Back to Friends and Would Have Been You have garnered millions of streams on platforms like Spotify and TikTok, where his raw vulnerability strikes a chord with listeners who see echoes of their own stories in his verses. But what began as Sombr idolizing Taylor Swift from afar, growing up with her albums as the soundtrack to his formative years, has blossomed into something profoundly mutual and unexpected. Taylor Swift, the 35-year-old powerhouse whose career spans nearly 2 decades, has long been celebrated not just for her chart-topping hits but for her unwavering support of fellow musicians, especially those at the dawn of their journeys. With 14 Grammy Awards under her belt and a discography that has redefined confessional songwriting, from the youthful exuberance of Fearless to the introspective maturity of Folklore and Evermore, Swift has positioned herself as a mentor figure in the industry. Her Eras tour, which grossed over $1 billion and became a cultural phenomenon, showcased her ability to uplift emerging artists by inviting them on stage or amplifying their work through her vast social media reach. It's this ethos of kindness and camaraderie that led to her recent gesture towards Sombr, a moment that has left the young singer utterly baffled and the internet buzzing with wholesome delight. It all started subtly enough during a casual interview Swift gave earlier this month, where she was asked about new music discoveries amid her busy schedule promoting her latest re-recording project. Without hesitation, she name-dropped Sombr, praising his track, The Fate of Ophelia, as a standout that captures the ache of unspoken goodbyes in a way that's both poetic and heartbreaking. For Sombr, who had spent years dissecting Swift's lyrics in his own writing process, drawing inspiration from the narrative depth in songs like All Too Well, hearing his name from her lips was akin to receiving a golden ticket. "I was starstruck," Sombr later admitted in a TikTok video that has since amassed over 5 million views. "Like Taylor Swift knows who I am? And she likes my music? That's the kind of thing you dream about as a kid scribbling songs in your bedroom." But Swift didn't stop at mere words of encouragement. True to her reputation for thoughtful, personal touches, remember the custom friendship bracelets she popularized during her tour? She took it a step further by sending Sombr a handwritten letter. In an era dominated by emails and DMs, the act of putting pen to paper carries an almost archaic romance, a tangible reminder of sincerity in a digital deluge. Sombr unveiled this treasure in the same TikTok video, holding up the crisp stationery with Swift's elegant script looping across the page. "It's handwritten," he marveled, his voice cracking with emotion as he brought it closer to the camera. "And it smells so good, like vanilla and fresh linen, you know? It's like she bottled her whole vibe into this envelope." The letter itself, while private in its full contents, reportedly delved into specific lines from Sombr's songs that resonated with Swift personally. She drew parallels between his exploration of post-breakup limbo in Back to Friends, and her own reflections in tracks like I Almost Do, offering gentle advice on navigating the vulnerability of artistry. "Keep writing from that place of truth," one excerpt that Sombr shared hinted at, "because that's where the magic lives, the messy, unfiltered parts of us that connect us all." For a young artist still navigating the pressures of label expectations and social media scrutiny, this wasn't just fan mail, it was a lifeline, a validation from someone who had weathered the storms of fame and emerged stronger. As if the letter weren't enough to send Sombr into orbit, Swift included a delicate silver chain necklace as a gift, engraved subtly with a lyric from one of his songs twisted into an empowering mantra. In the video, Sombr dangled it before the lens, the light catching its understated gleam. "Noticed any new jewelry?" he teased, fastening it around his neck with a grin that betrayed his overwhelming joy. "Taylor sent this too." It's like she saw right through the music to the person behind it. The necklace, simple yet symbolic, became an instant talisman for Sombr, something he vowed to wear during his upcoming live performances as a nod to the serendipity of the moment. Sombr's reaction was pure, unadulterated elation, a whirlwind of laughter, tears, and that wide-eyed wonder only felt when dreams collide with reality. Pacing his modest apartment, surrounded by stacks of vinyl records, including a well-worn copy of Swift's 1989, and half-finished lyric notebooks, he poured out his gratitude in real time. "I'm 20 and Taylor Swift just made me feel seen in a way I didn't know I needed," he said, his voice trembling. "Growing up, her music was my escape, through awkward school dances, first heartbreaks, all of it. And now, she's cheering me on. It's surreal." Social media users, quick to latch onto such feel-good stories amid the often toxic churn of celebrity news, flooded the comments with empathy and humor, dubbing his response peak Swiftie energy. One particularly poignant reply came from a fan who unearthed a 3-year-old TikTok of Sombr's, posted on the eve of one of Swift's album drops. In it, the then-teen agonized over a scheduling clash. "When Taylor Swift's album drops the same night as my single, so I don't know whether to listen to Taylor's or my own first." The irony wasn't lost on anyone. The boy who once deferred to his idol was now sharing the spotlight. "This full-circle moment is everything," the user captioned a screenshot, racking up thousands of likes. Another commenter joked, "If Taylor Swift wrote me a letter, I'd literally frame it and ghost everyone who ever doubted me." The levity masked a deeper truth. In an industry rife with cutthroat competition, Swift's gesture underscored the power of upliftment, reminding aspiring artists that success needn't be solitary. Others spun the interaction into family lore, with one declaring, "Oh, I feel Taylor added him to her family. He is the youngest son now of the Swift family." It evoked images of Swift's own tight-knit circle, the girl squad eras of her 20s evolving into more intentional bonds in her 30s, like her collaborations with artists such as Phoebe Bridgers and Marcus Mumford. And then there was the speculative glee, "New tour opener unlocked," predicted a third user, envisioning Sombr strumming his acoustic guitar on stage beside Swift during a future leg of her world-conquering shows. While nothing's confirmed, the buzz has already boosted Sombr's streams by 300% overnight, proving the ripple effect of one artist's generosity.